Hey, good morning, everybody, and welcome to another beautiful Science Saturday. I am here from the comfort of my virtual background, pretending that I am on St. Croix, and we have another fun virtual call-in for Science Saturday this month. We are being joined from out in the wild in the fun citizen science, data collecting, beautiful day from the St. Croix Environmental Association. We have Olivia. Olivia is the education coordinator, and she is doing some really fun, amazing stuff. But we're going to pass it over. So, hey, good morning, Olivia. How are you? Who are you, and where are you?
Good morning. As Kitty said, my name is Olivia, or to my students, Miss Olivia. I am at the Southgate Coastal Reserve, which is a property managed by St. Croix Environmental Association. It's a conservation property, but it is open to the public. We encourage recreation, bird watching, hiking along our trails. And today we are doing a BioBlitz.
Ooh, that's our word of the day, BioBlitz.
Yes, so a BioBlitz is basically counting all of the different species that you can find in a given area over a certain amount of time. And so for us, that's today. And our space is the Southgate Coastal Reserve. And so we want to get a tally of every species we could possibly see, animal or other. And hopefully that forms a data set that we can use year after year to watch trends in things like biodiversity, or which species are coming in or coming out of the area.
That's really, really cool. And I can't help but notice your beautiful t-shirts. Are those some of the species that you hope to find today?
Yeah, so we've got our sea turtle, let's see, some sea grape, St. Croix agave, which is one of our endemic species that's only found on St. Croix.
Ooh,
and
very cool.
One of the plants that we have started to repopulate the area with. One of the big things we do at Southgate is plant native trees. We have a big effort to kind of try and shift the environment back into something that removes the invasive species and brings back our native plants.
That's very cool. I also love the word endemic. We've got 2 vocab words now, BioBlitz and endemic. That's awesome. I also see a bat wing on that shirt. Bats are my favorite. Love, oh wait, you can't see my heart. Love bats.
Yay!
Very cool.
Yeah. One of our other conservation properties is actually a bat tower. And during these months, we take groups out, usually once a month, to go check out the bats. And we actually are doing some bat stuff today. Our schedule is experts are leading walks all day long. So our bird watching walk has already happened. The plant one is going on right now. And then we're going to actually have a snorkel clinic. So we're going to check out all the marine species. And then a children's book reading with some environmental books. And in the evening, we're doing a Creatures of the Night walk.
How fun.
And we've got a little bat monitor so that we can hear them and identify the species. So we'll be checking out all of our night critters later on at 5:30.
That's really cool. So this is a fun Science Saturday. I mean, not that there's ever a not fun Science Saturday, but you guys are doing it right now. Like, I'm fully just intruding on your event to talk about it. So this is really amazing. I have a lot of questions. So how long have you guys been doing the BioBlitz on St. Croix?
It's been a few years. I don't have our first one. I don't know our very first one, but this is our first one in person in a very long time. Last year we did virtual, we did it virtual last year. We skipped a year, and then we had it in Fredericksburg one year. And so this is our first time back at Southgate in person.
Very cool. Congrats.
So it's really special.
That's
Thank
really
you.
cool.
And it's free. It's open to the public. One of the really important things about today is that the community this is data for the community, made by the community. And so we're welcoming community members to come out, use an app called iNaturalist, which helps you identify species, and you can add them to our 2023 Southgate BioBlitz project. And then we'll have all of our data all together. And I think community science is really important, and it's something that we really like to celebrate at sea.
That's awesome. That's really cool. So you already did the bird walk this morning. What kind of birds did you guys see?
They saw a lot of ducks. I was still setting up and welcoming our visitors.
The glamorous life of a planner. Got it.
Yes. But they saw some grebes and a few other species of ducks, because we have some water in our salt pond right now.
Okay.
And a beautiful bird blind at the end of this trail. So you can kind of hang out in that space and watch the birds anytime you want.
That's really cool. So aside from what they saw this morning, what kind of birds would you expect to see throughout the year in an area like this?
Yeah, so one of the things we're also kind of celebrating today is World Migratory Bird Day. So we have a little bit of bird activities going on as well. My favorite is the black-necked stilts, because they are cute. They
Solid
have
reason.
legs, and they look like they're wearing a tuxedo, and that is pink leggings and a tuxedo is something I would wear.
That sounds fabulous. I'm in it.
Those are my favorite. And then we also get a lot of warblers, smaller birds in this forested area that frequently migrate down here.
That's really cool. And birds are important to our ecosystem. So this is good data to have. So you guys are collecting data today, getting the counts and everything, and putting it into the iNaturalist. What if somebody is just enjoying Southgate throughout the year? Can they continue to submit those sightings on the app or somewhere else?
Absolutely. In the app, you can select your location, so you can add Southgate as your location. You can come here and ID stuff along the trail anytime you want to, and it goes into that data collection and is used by us to keep a count. But it's also something that you can do at home. You can use this app in your own backyard. Quantify species that you see, figure out what's around you, and I think that's really important for us to connect with our environment, and this is a really cool way to do that. The more you know about it, the closer you feel to it,
Very
and
cool.
the more you want to protect it.
Yeah, so I was really excited when you said that you guys were going to be using iNaturalist, because I am a fan, and so I pulled it up on my phone. It doesn't work great with the background, but you'll see that I am kind of obsessed with mushrooms and shrubs are most of my identifications.
Nice.
But it's really fun. I normally put the most vague description because I am not a scientist. And so it's really cool that other people can come in and confirm identities of the plants and animals too. That are in there. So very, very interesting.
It is really cool that, professional scientists that, are practicing can go into the app and check your species, check it out, double check it, and then it gets upgraded to research quality and is used by scientists everywhere. And that's something really important for when we're looking at things like climate change, observing changes in biodiversity.
Yeah.
There we go, another one for you. I sneaked it in there. Looking at changes due to our changing climate is really important, and this is a great resource that the whole community, the global community, can contribute to.
Yeah, that's very cool. I love it. I'm so excited about everything that you guys are doing. So you said the plant walk is happening right now.
Yes.
So what are they gonna find? Like I mean, I feel a little bad, guilty. I have a few plants that I love that I, pick out. Actually, right now I can see the view off my deck. I don't know the scientific name for this plant, but there's a bush on the north side of St. Thomas, I'm sure it's other places, that we call snow on the mountain. And in December, when the Christmas winds start, all the tiny green leaves turn white. And it looks like a snow-covered mountaintop. And our snow on the mountain changed white last Sunday. But other than that, I hate to say it, I look at bush and I see a lot of bush, but then you start looking in more detailed. And so anyway, I'm going to stop meandering. What kind of stuff are you guys seeing? What are you looking for? What's like the cool, crazy highlights?
Yeah, so we actually have our expert for our plant walk is Rudy O'Reilly from NRCS. Amazing botanist. So he knows all the things out here, which is great because the things we don't know yet out at Southgate, we're trying to get to know. But a lot of the native species we've actually planted. One of my favorites is the orange manjack because hummingbirds love it. Ooh. They have perfect little orange flowers that hummingbirds love to get nectar from. And also it's Christmas festival season. We have inkberries. We have quite a few inkberries which we decorated. They're also known as the Crucian Christmas tree. So culturally, we would make that a Christmas tree before we started importing Christmas trees. But yeah, that would be a traditional Christmas tree, and that's what you would decorate during Christmas.
I love that you touch on the cultural connection of these plants. And I think that's something that I don't want to sound like an old lady, like, oh, we're losing the cultural connection to our plants, but it does feel like maybe we are losing touch a little bit with our connection with nature and our cultural connection to plants. A few months ago, there was a big thing on Facebook about the hog plums. One of my favorite people in the world, Olassie Davis, wrote an article about the hog plums, and I love them. I'm a forager. I go out in my yard and I eat everything that I can find. But I think it's really cool to have a community event like you're doing and bringing people in and, really getting connected to the plants and the animals that are all around.
Yeah, Olassie is one of my mentors. He calls me his bush daughter. I call him my bush dad. And he leads hikes for us often, and I try to absorb as much as I possibly can because as the education coordinator for SEED, and also being from St. Croix myself, when I do field trips for students, I want to make that connection for them. So they understand the importance and that our environment is part of our culture and part of our history.
Yeah, that's really cool. I know there's a lot of stories and talk about the baobab trees that we have throughout the territory. I love going down on St. Thomas. We have 2 baobabs at Megan's Bay, and I love to go down and visit them. But yeah, really cool, like these historic, culturally important trees and bushes and everything. I absolutely love it. So I just got really distracted by that conversation, but it was amazing and I love it. So what kind of other walks are you guys doing today?
So we are going to do a conservation walk next, which I will probably be heading to soon, where we're going to talk about some of the things that we do at this property. It's 100 acres, and it's got a salt pond, upland forest, the beach as well, where we have 3 species of nesting sea turtles. And so this 100 acres we manage to protect, but also so that people can enjoy. And so on that walk, that's a little bit of what we're going to talk about. The Nature Conservancy is hosting a snorkel clinic. So we're going to get in the water, and then a book reading, as I said, and then our Creatures of the Night walk. So that's the day's schedule.
That all sounds so fun. I'm really jealous that I'm not there. Unfortunately, my schedule didn't allow me to travel over.
We wish you were here.
I know. Someday I'm going to make a BioBlitz, or I'm just going to come over with my iNaturalist and do my own. But really
We'll
cool.
be doing it every December.
Excellent. Next December, I will for sure make sure I travel over. So, what do you hope that people, well, first, the people who are there with you today, what do you want them to go home with? Like knowledge or new appreciation, or what's your big wish?
So some of my key takeaways here, I first and foremost want people to just enjoy being outside. It's so good for our health, our mental health, to be outside in natural spaces. And so first and foremost, I just want people to enjoy themselves. But if they learn a thing or two along the way, if they learn a plant or a bird that they then can go home and say, oh, I know what that is, that also would be magical.
Mm-hmm. Very cool. What about for those of us listening in virtually? What do you think? What can we take from this?
Well, I always encourage people to plant more trees, native trees.
Mm-hmm.
But also, you can do this at home.
Mm-hmm.
Download iNaturalist. There's also an app called Seek, which is I use with children.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit more user-friendly. It's very simple, but it doesn't have the scientific cataloging that iNaturalist does. And then eBird is another good one. So, you know, bridging technology and being outside, everyone thinks I take everyone's phone away when I take all the kids on field trips. But you can bridge those things. And so I encourage people at home listening, get out in your own space, find some green space somewhere, and explore it.
Very cool. So one of the themes that I am going after this year for Science Saturday and also for the new Division of Territorial Parks that I run, I'm really trying to get into nature journaling and scientific illustration. So, you know, I think that looking at the scientific level of iNaturalist to the other apps down to just sitting in nature with, you know, this has lines on it, but you know, notepad, I always have a notepad with me. I'm more of a word person. I'm taking notes. I'm, you know, writing little haikus and stuff, but I think that on so many different levels of technology, being out in nature and really enjoying your surroundings, but also learning about everything. You know, if you see an insect or a tree or bush or anything that you don't recognize, to sketch down a description or even, you know, take a picture with your camera, different levels of interaction there. So I think that's really amazing and cool.
Absolutely.
Very
Absolutely.
nice.
This was amazing. This was a great conversation, and thank you so much for having me on Science Saturday. I've been wanting to do one for a while, so
well, thank you so much. We have cheers from Amy DeSorbo from Libraries and Museums, part of our DPNR family, saying hey from the chat. Hey, Amy. If you are listening from St. Croix, get out to the BioBlitz, get out to Southgate, participate. I'm going to need all my friends to do the night creature walk because I'm so jealous. I need all the pictures.
Yes.
And Olivia,
It starts at 5:30.
At 5:30. Okay, I can't make it over in time. But this has been really fun, and thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day. I know putting together an event like this is a lot. So for everyone over on St. Croix, get out to the BioBlitz. If you miss it, head over to the C offices sometimes, learn about what they do, and keep on making those iNaturalist recordings, and get outside, enjoy this beautiful winter day. And Olivia, thank you so much.
Thank you, Kitty. This was great.
All right, everyone, have a beautiful day, a beautiful weekend, and I will see you next month for Science Saturday. What's the topic? Who knows? We'll find out all at the same time. Have a beautiful day. Bye.